Alright, everybody, my name is Hein Fiber, and what you're seeing in the background is an OU battle against a guy by the name of Golderzoa33. His link's in the description. Please go check him out. And I'm not actually going to narrate this battle because, not that it's anything wrong with the battle itself. I just wanted to use it as a backdrop because I want to talk a little bit about our community, the Pokemon community. And let me just go ahead and drop a disclaimer here. I'm not trying to cause any pointless drama. There's obviously enough of that going around right now. But I do feel like that there is a bit of a misconception and a stigma around our community that needs to be addressed. And know that there are a couple of people who have commented on things like this in the recent past and even further down the line in the past. And it's something I think people need to understand that they currently don't. And before I get into anything on the subject, I would like to say that if you disagree with me, please, by all means, let me know in the comment section. If you have an intelligent point to be made, if you don't agree with me and you just think I'm stupid, yeah, go ahead, tell me I'm stupid. I'm going to ignore it. But if you say, no, Fiber, you're wrong, and this is why you're wrong, I'm all for it. I'll read it. I will continue the conversation with you. But, that's great, I don't know where I was going with that. Just, yeah, do it. Love to have a discussion about it, because why not? If you're going to be intelligent about it, always willing to discuss things with you. But if you're just going to be dumb about it, then, like I said, I'm just going to skip over and ignore it. Now, what we're talking about today is what competitive Pokemon really means. Now, before we can do anything about that, let me talk about the fact that there always have been and always will be two kinds of narrators in our community. People have been talking about this forever, but people seem to keep forgetting. The first type of commentator is your play-by-play / analysis guy. And these are guys like Wild Chase, Shofu, Fizzy, the Butterfreak. I could list a bunch. I'm not going to. These are the guys that they're doing these are the moves I'm making, these are why I'm making the moves I'm making, and a lot of play-by-play stuff. And absolutely nothing wrong with any of that, okay? But a lot of the times, there are exceptions to this as well, but a lot of times the overall entertainment value in that, not that high. For the educational value in that, especially if you're somebody trying to get into the metagame, or you want to understand the mindset of some of the more popular people in our community, then that it's absolutely through the roof. You look at a guy like Butterfreak, who goes above and beyond anybody else from what I've seen. He looks at the match preview and says, okay, this is a threat, this is why it's a threat, and this is how I can deal with it doing this, this, and this, or I can bait it out doing this. Like, he goes above and beyond anybody that I've ever seen, which is one of the reasons I really like him. That, and he's got, like, a voice handed down from Zeus, and it's like, it's awesome. But on the flip side, there's the guys like Hayden and Cloud's Liberation, the really zany, crazy. They're just there for the entertainment value in things. And they're great, You look at Hayden, I'm not a huge fan of him personally, but as far as knowing his subscribers and putting out the content that they want to see, he's the best, period. If you want to look at a sheer subscriber standpoint, he's got more subscribers than any two channels in our community combined, which is kind of impressive. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of him personally, but he knows what he's doing, and he's doing a great job of it, and he's seen some really good success with it. So kudos to him, and kudos to everybody else in our community with their partnerships and the success that we've had. We've seen a lot of growth as a community. But unfortunately, a lot of growth means a lot of new people. There's a lot of ignorance in this community. And The reason that I decided to make this video was not so long ago, just a few days ago, Clouds Liberation posted on the PMP beta channel. And there were a lot of comments from people saying that he should not have been on there because it does not stand to the expectations of them as a competitive Pokemon channel. One of the commenters said that it says right on the channel that this is the #1 channel for competitive Pokemon. And what Clouds Liberation, according to this person, was basically that he wasn't playing competitive Pokemon, which is just not true. I'm going to look at the dictionary definition of a competition, and all it states is a contest between rivals. All that means is person A versus person B competing or going against one another for outcome X. In the case of Pokemon, that just simply means you're trying to win the game. And just because his narration style wasn't going to my Rachi because he can't do anything to me, I can threaten him out with my Thunder Wave and really cripple him because I know he's scarfed and he's locked into Iron Head. I don't know. Just throwing out something off the top of my head. Just because it's not that doesn't make what he's doing any less of a competitive Pokemon video. It just means that he's trying to find some entertainment value in it for himself and for the people that he knows watch him. And that's all he wants to do. And when I read those comments kind of saying that he didn't deserve to be on there, it was a little disappointing to see. And I know a lot of it has to do with the exposure that our community has gotten because we have so many people being partnered now. And I know that the people that do the kind of play-by-play style of commentary highly outnumber the people who just do the crazy, zany entertainment style commentaries. And so a lot of those people kind of expect that from our community as a whole, but just because you don't see it from everybody, that's not what makes people necessarily look down on us, at least in my opinion. Because I'm going to quote Felicia Day here, and it's not going to be a direct quote, but it's awesome. She was at a Geek and Sundry kind of panel. There was Will Wheaton there, and they were talking about how to deal with internet trolls. And she said that the most beautiful thing about the internet is that you get to be yourself. You get to show off what makes you unique. And she said that if she asked every person in that room that was there to write a paragraph about a cat, no two paragraphs would be the same. And that is the most beautiful thing in her eyes in the world, which is, I can't disagree with that at all. I think that's absolutely incredible, and it was something that I'd never even really thought of in my head. Like, I would anticipate it, but I never really realized how just monumental that was until I really put some thought into it. If you put two different battlers, you pin Elo up against Chase, their narration styles are very similar, but at the same time, they're very different. And that's so great. And that's one of the things that I love about kind of just not necessarily our community, but everything on the internet, because you're going to like these three people, but you're not going to like these three people. And that means you get to see everything that you like. You can ignore the things that you don't like. And there's just all of these things that you get to experience and fall in love with. And that's awesome. And if you are watching this right now and you have been pandering to the crowd saying you have to do things a certain way, or you're just not posting videos, whether they're Pokemon related or anything else, simply because you don't want to be seen as doing something that is not, quote, normal or the way things should be, I think that's the saddest thing. And I apologize to you on behalf of everybody in this community, because that's awful. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're one of those people who would like to upload, whether it isn't just because you don't know what to upload or you don't know if people will approve of it, just do it. Because as somebody who has been here for a while, I have issues with depression, and being able to just let myself be me on the internet, not really have to worry about things, it's an amazing feeling. That's really the only way that I can describe it. And if you're one of those people who thinks that everything needs to be done a certain way, and if it's not done the way you expect it to be, then it's not the right way, you're wrong. That's really all that I can say about that. Myself, I do fall under more of the kind of entertainment value. I certainly don't try and perfect my teams for team building and follow the metagame completely. Does that mean I'm a worse battler than other people? No. But if I go up against somebody who puts all that time and effort in, does it mean they have a higher chance of beating me? Yeah, probably. But am I going to probably have more fun? Yeah. I mean, you look at that video I had against, the battle I had against Claz. It was on PMP Beta. I brought a Farfetch'd. It's not like I'm trying to take that side of things seriously, but I certainly have the capability to. And, at the end of the day, there are people in the community, in every community, that you're not going to like. And you can sit there and troll them and do that kind of stuff. Or you can just ignore them and go to the people that you do like. There are people in this community that I don't like, and I just avoid them. But there are people in this community that I absolutely love and adore, and I would do anything for them. And I know a lot of people feel that way about myself, whether it's positive or negative. And that's fine. I can't appeal to everybody. That would be stupid. I would never want to. I would rather just be myself and let the people who like me, and let the people who don't like me go off and do their own thing. But please stop with the misconceptions about competitive Pokemon battling. Just because somebody doesn't take it as seriously as you do or as other people doesn't mean they're any less of a competitive Pokemon battler. And that's really all I have to say about that. So, like I said, if you have thoughts on it, please leave them below. I would love to hear from you guys about your thoughts on the matter. I would love to continue this discussion with you guys. It's completely fine. And again, if you're just going to sit there and be like, no, you're fucking stupid, I hate you. Well, sorry, I guess. I don't know. I'm just going to skim through it and not really have it affect me. But that'll be it for me today. There will be a actual battle going up in the next couple of days. I've got a couple saved, which is nice. But like I said, that's it for me today. So rate, comment, sub, all that shit that I normally say. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.